Hope you guys are having a terrific day today. I always like to pick one of these up. You might be thinking, don't you already have them all? Absolutely. And of course, you keep asking that question every time I make one of these videos. Why do y'all keep doing that? All right, so if you don't know what these are little model kits. They're fun to build. They're only $4.84 at Walmart. So every time I go to Walmart, I just pick one up as a souvenir of my being a good little boy. You know, I guess I'm just part of that generation that if I just be quiet and just, you know, don't bother mama while she's shopping, she'll give me a little treat on the way out the door. And I guess it's part of my, you know, the way I've been made. All right, or been, what is it called? Your nature versus nurture. It's definitely my nurture. Because I don't need these, I just like them. And, you know, all my friends are buying all the expensive stuff right now, especially during the summer with all the Comic-Cons and Joe-Cons. And I'm like, I wish I could, but my family comes first, and, you know, but that doesn't mean I have to completely shut down. And just means I got to control my spending and be really careful until I can know my dad will be safe. Ooh, I got the silicone packet. I wonder if there's a certain figure that comes with the silicone packet. All right, so in this particular set, we get this instruction. No, I'm just kidding. These come with all the sets. So it's basically you put it together. Now, I don't know which one I'm going to get, but I like to open this one first because then I at least can narrow it down in my mind and guess which one. Oh, it's a gray one. That could be one of almost all of them, except for Optimus Prime. I keep wanting to call him Death Adder. Death Tracker. The other day I called him Death Squad Soldier. He's got dark blue hands. He's got blue hands. Everybody else has got the same color hands. So the stands, there's nothing unique about the stands. The stands are cool. I don't really use them. All right, so for the hands, I always use the fist. I keep these on standby. And then I put the box as my little trash can. All right, let's see what we got here. I got a white one. So that will most likely be WheelJack. I think he's the only white one in this one. I was thinking Prowl because I just went through all of the, what are they called? The, yeah, here's a way to know. WheelJack. Went through all the, what is it? These remind me of the Action Masters. So I was going through all the Action Masters and trying to make a checklist, a want list of what I need, just to kind of keep myself focused. And I needed Prowl and WheelJack, and there's two white ones in it. On the teeny tiny picture on my phone, because I made it for my phone, in case I'm ever out and about and I happen to stumble upon them. They look pretty much the same. They're really hard to tell the difference. So I put Prowl above another picture. I put 2 rows of pictures since I needed so many of them. And most of them are from another country, so I probably will never see them. He has the motorcycle. Now that would be cool if they made vehicles for these in Japan. But I have the Common Rider ones that they come with motorcycles. There's one of the boxes, it doesn't have a figure, it has a motorcycle in it. So you might want to check those out. He also has green arms, so that makes it very different. So you don't have to worry about getting it mixed up. Here's his other foot. So you know me, I like to build it from the feet up. There we go, pop, pop. Pop, pop. All right. Now, look at the legs and see if there's a left one or a right one. It doesn't appear that they're different. It appears they're exactly the same. Now we're going to pick up the thighs. Now, if you don't know the difference between the thighs, because usually they're the same color as the forearm, they look very similar with the whole ball joint thing right there, but the thighs are bigger. All right, look for any paint. There's no paint on these, so don't worry about that then. And then you want to get the joints here. I'm getting a little dry. Hold on a minute. All right, so the thing about these is they've been like there, so the round side needs to go out. So I personally, and you don't have to, I don't think it matters. I like to put the triangle closer to the body, like it points to the body. I don't know if it's always been true because in the original ones of these, they weren't like that at all. I put it in this thing first because you got to go down into this one. Trust me, it's just easier. Make sure that the round part is facing out when you push it in, and then rotate this whatever way you need it. So this is now the right leg. Make sure that the round part is facing out when you push it down. And that one's already facing this way, so it's already the left leg. Now we're going to get the crotch plate Here's the back one because there's no paint on it. And this particular set, now this is not true for the original ones, and this is actually faces both ways. They're exactly the same on both ways. The crotch plate and the front, the back plate, the butt plate, they're the same on a lot of the sets from the original ones, but on these, they made the front plate painted. If I can figure out where it is. It's right in front of me. It was too far down. So you see how that one's painted? And that one's not. So his front is painted, but his butt is not. Enjoy's got nuts. Mouths don't. I used to sing that Mountain Joy's got butts when I was a kid. All right, so that's why that came in my head. Here's his chest. Now this is the front and this is the back. I don't know if it matters, but I just like putting this in the front because it's got paint detail here for a reason. Before you put the back plate and the front plate on, make sure you put on the shoulders. On most of these, that's true, except I think Optimus Prime is one exception on these, I think. Maybe Megatron as well, or whatever they want to call him. Make sure you try to get these as parallel as possible, like the points going back and forth, front and back just about equal. That'll make it easier to get the plates on because it does matter. So you don't want to put it on sloppily like that because that'll make getting the plates on a pain. And I don't have all the lights on right now. I just noticed it's probably a little bit too much shadowing going on right now, but that's because it's hot as Hades outside. It's too hot for me. All right, this is obviously the back. And if you don't know it, the painted parts of the front. They do have some things on the back that are painted sometimes, I think, but not normally. When you put them in there, just make sure that those fall into the grooves. And you can tell if they don't because the front really won't go on. The grooves are these things right here and here. And then make sure you just squeeze it nice and tight to sandwich it. And then this can go right here. All right. Then we get the arms. These are the arms close to the hands. I don't put the hands on until the end. These are the upper arms, your biceps and triceps. Okay, so again, I just personally put the triangles, going toward the body. I don't think it matters, but I just do it. Sometimes these may have paint on them, so just double check to see if there's one that needs to go in the front. Would not, make sure the rounded part goes out, crush. Because if you put it in like that, I wonder if you can even do that. No, it kind of pushes away if you do that, so don't do it that way anyway. Make sure that, watch carefully, the round part goes toward the open part. Okay, since I already got that turned that way, I'll make this one into the left hand. Okay, make sure the thumb is on top for the left hand. See how that arm shrugs? He's like, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. And then for the right hand, just rotate that so it'll be on the inside. All right, for his shoulder blades, oh, he does have an extra piece that most of them don't have. He's got the back plate. See there where the opening is? The back plate goes like, see this? Goes on top like that. All right, so that's the only thing that's unique about him, except his head's a little weird. But we'll get to his head after I get his shoulder pads on. The shoulder pads, on the original ones, they slid down. These slide sideways. Oh, double check to make sure there's no paint on these. If there is, most likely the insignia goes to the front if you have a Decepticon or Autobot insignia on there. Make sure you got the things going into the right place, because I did the other day and I was like, why won't it stay? Because I was going way too low. There was a place that looked like it was an indentia, but it was too low. So see, now you can, I don't know. He's got, I don't know, shoulders. I wish they kind of did that with the legs. So you can do the high kick thing like you do on Dragon Ball Z figures. All right, so for the head, this one has a face mask and the blue eyes. Make sure you put the cup that holds onto the neck down, and the face, obviously, if you don't know what the face looks like, the eyes are above the, I wouldn't call that a mouth, but this is obviously the front of the helmet. And then the back of the helmet. Now this one's pretty easy. The Hound and the, it's basically the same as Ironhide. They're hard to get those to squeeze together. I can't wait till they make a light up version of this one, because his little ears will light up because they're the same as the eyes. So on the light up ones, this is a clear piece like on the feet, and there's a battery and a light inside the chest. And usually something about the chest will light up and the eyes will light up, but on him, those will light up too when they make it. If they haven't already made it, I don't know. He's got one unique blaster. And here he goes. He's ready to go into the Brady Bunch movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to watch the Brady Bunch, the first movie and the second movie from the 90s. This is a car, Jack. What? This is a car, Jack. Oh, I know this is a car, but my name's not Jack. My name is Greg, and this is my sister, Marcia. Hey. It's like, no, you don't understand. This is a car, Jack. It's like, oh, Greg, he wants a car, Jack. You know, like a Jack to... He's like, well, we don't have one, but we'll call AAA when we get to school. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I love that movie. All right, so we got extra pieces. You'll always have one of these left over. That in case it breaks, I guess. I don't know why. They always have an extra one, but that's fine. And you'll always have an extra set of hands if you like those kind of hands. I just like the fists personally. Now the reason I don't mind getting a double of these, because then I can start doing some funky stuff with them, like maybe repainting them, redoing some like body rearranging and making my own figures and then repainting those. So yeah, when it starts cooling down, I'll probably hopefully get back into painting things, unless the rapture happens, which I'm hoping for. But the way the world's going right now, pretty sure we won't be here for fall. Fingers crossed. All right, there we go. So there he is on the stand. Ta-da. He stands without the stand just fine. He does really good. The only reason it's a little bit shaky is because this is like a pop-o-matic bubble. There you go, see? I mean, I didn't even have to adjust his feet. He's really balanced, and he's got great articulation. If you ever play with the Action Masters, this is like the spiritual successor of the Action Masters because they don't transform, and I'm completely okay with that. As a kid, I played with non-transforming robots called Shogun Warriors. And I know what you're saying. Some of them transformed. Well, not all of them. I had the little 4-inch ones that didn't do anything, but just they barely wiggled. The hands would go around 90 degrees or 360 degrees. The heads turned around, and the legs, they went from here to here. That's about all he did. And I loved them. My dragon is what I called him. He was in my pocket all the time. He was my pocket pal. I really wish they made a Raiden in that 4-inch scale. My gosh, he would have been my favorite. I'd have carried him everywhere, even to today. I do have a 4-inch or something close to that in the Robot Damanshi line, but he's really flimsy and flat. He really falls apart easy. But I wonder if I can do something to tighten him up. Well, anyway, thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think. And if you bought one of these, if you haven't bought these yet, why? I'm buying them for 2 reasons. I'm buying a second set because they're still fun. Even after you build them, you want to build them another one and another one and another one. I've already told you the reason I bought them. Secondly, I want these to succeed. I don't want them to be like Walmart going, well, nobody's buying these, so I guess we'll never buy another set of these. Because at my Walmart, they didn't buy any He-Man. They got that stupid toilet, skittily, whatever you want to call it. I'm going, you have room for this crap, and you don't have room for G.I. Joes, Transformers, He-Man, and one other line that I was talking about to one of my friends. This is ridiculous. These are stupid. But evidently, that's what sells. I don't even know what that stuff is. Now, we don't have kids down here. The only kids you ever see down here are on vacation. This is an old people's place, so I'm about the only person that buys toys there other than the Hot Wheel guys. All right, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. And again, let me know what you think of this particular figure. Oh, if you want to see him beside a turtle, here he is beside of a turtle. That's one of the taller turtles. He's Donatello. Here he is beside of Michelangelo, who's like the shortest, I think. Here he is beside of the best action figures in the universe, Micro Man. And here he is beside of a Skylanders. I don't think he fits in with Skylanders unless you pretend like these are just little dwarfy little guys, which I kind of do. They're awesome. I think they're fun. All right, well, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.